if you're a musician trying to grow your career or student base, you're going to want to check out Music Lessons Las Vegas.
I caught up with Patrick Worley, the owner of Music Lessons Las Vegas, to hear how he's built a platform that helps musicians teach, connect, and earn by doing what they love. If you're a working professional musician, chances are you also teach. Now, you may not know that there is a community site that connects you with students that's designed and run by a fellow professional, and that pro is Patrick Worley, and he joins me now to offer more insight. Good morning, Patrick. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back, Elliot.
It's a pleasure. Now, this is fascinating, and obviously, you know, this for musicians listening out there, Music Lessons Las Vegas. You concepted, designed, and you run this. Where did it come from? What was the spark that led you to this?
Yeah, happy to talk about that. Always happy to talk about what I do. Who isn't, right? You know. So I'm a professional musician, and I have developed a way to make a good living for myself over the years of doing it. I teach quite a bit, even though I've worked in Nashville and I've taught in academia and a bunch of other stuff. But I know that living well as a musician is a big problem for a lot of them. I have a lot of colleagues who have doctorates who are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. I know people that can't find gigs once their gig is up and things like that. So I've built a business around teaching private students, although we offer other things. The main thing it is it's a powerful site that connects musicians to students directly and lets them keep 100% of the income that they make.
Right, so you have this site set up, the infrastructure's all there. Typically, like you mentioned, other professionals will teach during gigs, in between gigs, and that will cost money because you need to advertise your services. So traditionally, how do advertising costs and, you know, normally work on other methods?
Yeah, and most people don't know that who are musicians, you know, but you can look at stuff online and on social media, and you can see the base program being something like $500 a month to advertise, which is oftentimes musicians will hear that to advertise their own services, and that the sticker shock scares them away for that. So I've created a way to make that much more cost effective for them than that.
Yeah. How about moving on to the teaching side of things? When teaching, you know, people will normally connect with students, but your site works in a similar way and makes more of a you know, better connection almost in some respects with the students, right?
Yes, I believe so, and I think that the musicians that are on there feel that way too. You know, the usual way that people would get students if they don't advertise on their own and they don't want to incur that kind of expense is they would teach at a music academy. And I'm not opposed to those places. I know a lot of people that run those places and things like that, but we are talking business here, and we're going to talk brass tacks about that. If you teach at a place like that, you have an expense attached to each student that you teach in perpetuity for that student that's going to be somewhere between 40% to 85% of all your income with it. That's a lot of money. And again, my site doesn't do that. My site, people just show up how they want to on it. Just for a quick reference on that, I've done the math on that, and depending on what the percentage is, by the time a teacher gets 9 students or 10 students to about 30 students, and depending on where they teach and the percentage that goes to the music academy, that works out to be about $1 million over the course of a 40-year career.
Wow. Okay. In terms of how your site operates, how do you get the word out about Music Lessons Las Vegas, and you know, how do people typically hear about your platform?
Well, you mean besides this, of course, right?
Obviously, besides Morning Blend. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because this is one of about 4 or 5 advertising campaigns that we have going at any time. I'm going to see you guys maybe another, I don't know, 20 times this year or so. But we also have things with Vegas PBS. We're running on their streaming service right now. We do some print ads with My Vegas magazine. And really the big thing is what's called SEO. If you pull out your phone and you look up music lessons in Las Vegas, or even a lot of individual instruments in Las Vegas, my site is the first thing or one of the first things that shows up. And as it scales, you'll see more things around town, billboards, and eventually getting into the big sporting events and things like that.
Clearly you're well set up, and obviously, you know, like you mentioned, you're getting the word out. So for any musicians out there watching who are, you know, curious, how do they acquire students? You know, how does the student situation work when they would sign up for your site? You know, how does that all work?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to do. If you just visit the site, it's open to any musician that wants to take themselves, you know, seriously about it. The site is designed to attract musicians that take it seriously, because I don't really pitch any of the individual musicians. They just control how they want to show up on there through a variety of add-ons and through coming on spots like this. I've brought musicians on to see you guys before, you know, and so you'll see a lot of them over the years. So It depends on how they use it, really. You know, if you do the base profile, you'll get some students. You'll get a lot more if you use some of the add-ons to it. So if I can just kind of wrap it up with a quick analogy for the musicians there, it's kind of like if they picked up a student and you as the teacher gave them everything that they needed to succeed, and you coached them and you brought your years of experience to it. That's basically what I'm doing for the musicians here. So it's just like your student, it's up to them to take advantage.
Right, but the site's all there, the platform's laid out, everything's geared up for you to be successful. Patrick, thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate having you in. If you're a musician actively looking for ways to get more students, or if you're looking for a fresh new way to connect with potential pupils, visit lessonslasvegas.com.